Yo, what's going on with the viewers of the tube? Tyler here of Chico Crypto, and guess what? I have right next to me the man himself, Gavin Wood, founder of Polkadot, creator of some of the best projects in the cryptocurrency space. I mean, if you know, you know. So thanks for being here, Gavin.
Thanks, Crypto Chico.
No problem, no problem. So my first question for you is, Polkadot is coming in hot. A lot of people are excited about the Parachain structure. What do you think is, one of the biggest things that Polkadot is going to prove to the crypto space that other blockchains aren't doing?
I think, well, firstly, we're going to get sharding going with the, in the blockchain space, and I think that's something that I'm personally super excited about. And really going to show how these different ecosystems, like I just read today, Moon River, 100,000 transactions in 3 weeks. It's like this is really starting to show that these different chains can live under a common umbrella, common security, all under, in this case, Kusama. But while really focusing on building their own ecosystem up as a platform ecosystem. So getting, if Polkadot or Kusama is layer 0, we see the first layer 1s, and we're starting to see like the layer 2 applications sitting on those layer 1s. And when people really start to realize just how hierarchical this is and how much you can project from these layers, from a layer 0, and I think it's going to be, it's going to really kindle some imagination.
Yeah, so one thing that kindled my imagination was from your talk you had and how you explained, the shared security of these parachains. So could you explain that to my viewers a little bit further, how this shared security model works within Kusama and Polkadot?
Sure, yeah. So, shared security is all about having these, the single token, a single validator set, all securing many different blockchains, right? Normally for a blockchain, it has its own token. There's some stakers, miners, validators, whatever, that sit behind the token, sit behind the chain, and make sure that the chain is secure. Make sure that it doesn't get reverted, make sure blocks still getting produced, all the rest of it. Now, with this shared security model, you can have these different chains. You can have Akala, you can have Plasm, you can have Moonbeam, whatever. You can have all of these different chains. They're sovereign blockchains. They can do what they want. They can be engineered however they like. They get all the freedoms of being a blockchain, but they don't have to bootstrap their own security, and they get super effective, efficient, low latency, secure communication between themselves, right?
Yes, so that's one thing that gets me excited. But also what got me super excited during your talk I just listened to was the code execution. You're talking about how Polkadot is different than Ethereum with code execution. So could you explain that to the viewers as well?
Yeah, this is super crucial, right? I think this is something that I've only just started thinking about, actually, Tyler. So there's a really, what is fundamentally different from Polkadot and smart contract platforms, right? In smart contract platforms, it's transactions that result in applications getting executed, right? Mm-hmm. You cannot deploy an application and expect it to be running on the chain until there's a user who gets a transaction into it. Now, when the chain is full, or when it's just busy, yeah, or when, someone might be attacking it, or maybe the user doesn't want to pay these fees, or whatever it is. Under certain situations, oftentimes when, you really need the code to execute,
yep,
those transactions don't get through and that code doesn't get executed, right? And this is fundamental to the design of Ethereum. It's fundamental to the design of smart contract platforms like it. With Polkadot, it's fundamentally different. The code executes, guarantees the application code gets executed once every block. Every parachain block, that code gets executed. Parachains come in, the blocks come in every 6 seconds. They're allowed about 2 seconds worth of execution time. That's guaranteed. So about a third of the time, these chains are executing. And it's that code that chooses what to do, whether to, interpret some transactions or not. Who knows what the code wants to do? In DeFi, maybe it wants to not interpret transactions this block because there's a big liquidation going on and it wants to get through the scheduled liquidations. You just can't do that in Ethereum, right? Because those liquidations can only happen as a result of transactions coming in. And if there's a big ICO going on at the time, good luck getting those transactions in.
Yep. So is this something, and that's what I was thinking about, is this execution model is something that can stop some of the big, blockchain attacks like DDoS attacks,
That's right. Now, because the fact of the matter is that not only when you're using an application that sits on Ethereum are you competing with the other users of that application, but you're also competing with all the users of all the other applications that sit on it, right?
Yep.
And with Polkadot, these applications are set in different parachains. And that means that they're independent, that they can decide what's important, what needs to get through, what needs to get done, and what's less important, what doesn't need to get through right now, or what doesn't really need to be done quite yet. Yes. And that's super important that they have this resource allocation that they can split up according to how they want.
Yeah, that's going to be fundamentally game-changing. So the viewers will not like if I do not ask this question. They will get mad at me if I do not ask this question. So when Polkadot Parachains?
I'm sorry, I can't give you this date. I'd love to, but what I can tell you is things are going well on the Kusama side for trying out Parachains. The audit, I'm not sure if it's complete yet, but if it's not, the complete is going to be completed in the next days, right? It's days, not weeks. We need to fix any of the issues that came from the audit. As far as I know, these are relatively small issues, nothing huge. And then after that, it's really just up to the governance of Polkadot. Polkadot's a meta protocol, exactly. Governable meta protocol. We have to get this through governance. I can't flick the switch myself. But what I'm able to do is say, technologically speaking, Parachains are ready, and it's up to the governance of Polkadot to get them out there.
Hey, that means Polkadot holders. It's not up to this guy. Get moving, guys. So my last question I want to ask you is more not about cryptocurrency, but a little bit, is the Kusama logo. It's always interested me. Where did the idea for the Kusama bird and logo come from?
So Kusama is, as you know, an experimentalist network, right? It's there to try out all the new technologies that we want to build into Polkadot, or that we might want to build into Polkadot if they work out on Kusama. Mm-hmm. The name, the name obviously is a beautiful name that I think in some people conjures up the idea of polka dots. But really, the logo, the symbol, comes from this idea of a canary network. Right? Now, this comes from the old days in the mining days, right? And deep in these underground mines where you're getting like coal out, sometimes there's noxious gases, like poisonous gases down there. And you don't want to like send miners down there and then just have like loads of dead miners on your hands. Yep. So rather than doing that, you send some unfortunate, unsuspecting canary down there, right? And if the canary is good, because obviously they presumably die a bit faster than a human will die. Yeah. So if they're good, then it's good for the miners to come down and carry on mining. So that's it. Miners would carry down, especially the first ones, would carry down this like little cage with a canary in, and keep a damn close eye on this canary, because if the canary's living, they're good. If the canary starts falling over, then they got to clear out pretty quick.
Off, yeah. Well, no, that is excellent. I know this is a short one. You got a lot of stuff going on today, so Gavin, I can't thank you enough. The viewers of the tube are going to freak out that I was actually able to get you on camera and talk about Polkadot Kusama and win Parachains. So, Gab, thanks, man.
It's a pleasure, Tyler.
Yeah.